On day 1, I spawned in as a baby warden in an ancient city. Ooh, I have tiny little antlers. I had 100 health, and I noticed that I had vision, unlike any other warden. I can see too? Wow, this is awesome. I started walking around to see if there were any other wardens like me, and I found my mom.
Hello, my son.
Yay, I'm not alone. I was so happy to have found her, and I looked just like them.
We need you to go get some food for the family. Can you do that?
Of course, Mom. I'm ready to have my first meal. I went exploring the caves for food and suddenly got attacked by some cave spiders. Ah, spiders! I started running away because I was afraid of them. I knew I was strong enough to fight them, but I couldn't even look at their scary eyes. Get away from me! I then started becoming lost, so I looked for a place to sleep. I don't know where I am anymore. Mom's gonna be so upset. Just then, a group of skeletons started attacking me. Ah, take that, you skeleton! I fought back and killed all of them with my warden punch, then quickly ran away before something else came to attack me. After all that fighting, I felt myself grow really tired, so I laid down to get some rest. On day 2, I woke up and decided to make myself a new base. I should make a cozy little nook somewhere. I needed to find some supplies in order to get started, so I went into an abandoned mine shaft looking for wood and stone. Nice, this will be perfect for building my base. I started getting a bunch of stones so I could make some stone tools. I hear something nearby. Who's there? Out of nowhere, I started getting attacked by bone spiders. Not again. I hate you guys. I needed to face my fears instead of running away, so I went for an attack. They started throwing bone shards at me left and right. All I could do was attack them with my fists. Luckily, as a warden, my punches are harder than others. I'm not scared of you. I finally did it. I faced my fears and killed all the bone spiders. Woohoo! Hey, that wasn't so bad. I can fight anybody that comes my way. Fighting off those spiders gave me all the encouragement I needed to build an awesome base. So I went looking for a perfect spot. This spot looks good to me. I started by digging out a flat area where I would be able to build my base. All this digging is getting me hungry. I then realized I hadn't had anything to eat. Maybe I can eat these spider eyes. Yuck! Nope. I tried eating the eyes, but I couldn't. It was too disgusting. So I went looking for some better food and ended up finding a pond with a bunch of axolotl swimming around. I tried killing the axolotl, but they didn't die very easily. And when they did, no food was dropped. Well, this sucks. I guess I should just wait. I got discouraged and gave up. Then I went back to work on an empty stomach. On day 3, I found a lush cave, but more importantly, I found some food. Glowberries. Oh yes, they taste so delicious. Out of nowhere, my mom showed up, and she was very upset.
Where have you been, mister? I was worried sick.
Mom, you're embarrassing me. I could totally take care of myself. I'm a warden, aka the strongest mob around.
Fine. If you don't want me around, then I'll leave.
Mom then stormed off, and I felt kinda bad, but I still thought I was right. Whatever, she'll get over it. I wasted no time. I started collecting deep slate for my base, but I was interrupted by some annoying zombies. Do you really want to test me, puny zombies? I'm literally a god at this point. I smashed the undead foes into pieces. They were clearly no match for a powerful warden like myself. Haha, I won! That was too easy. From days 4 to 5, I went mining for some iron and coal. Oh, here's a bunch of iron and some coal as well. After mining for a few hours, I managed to get a boatload of iron. I should get back to the base now. Suddenly, I was ambushed by some shulk skeletons. They were throwing ecto shards at me. Big mistake for them, because I had something up my sleeve. You should never have bothered me. Say hello to my sonic boom! Ha-ha! I noticed some of the shulk skeletons were attacking a helpless bat, so I decided to step in to defend it. Get away from that bat, you bony freaks! I eventually demolished all the skeletons and rescued the bat. Don't mention it. And hey, I'm supposed to be born blind, but somehow I can see everything. I can also see that only 17% of our viewers are actually subscribed. So what are you guys waiting for? Subscribe! Say, why don't you come with me? And I can always protect you. I'll name you Bruce. Bruce the Bat. Bruce and I traveled back to the base. When we got there, I used the iron I gathered to craft an iron axe, pickaxe, and sword. And I even made a little spot for him to sleep. Good night, Bruce. On days 6 through 8, I started working on the base by building some of the walls. After constructing the surrounding areas, I then gave it some nice decorations to make it feel like home. I also decorated Bruce's little cave to make it feel like a lush cave. The base was looking really cool, but I wanted to make it bigger. It just needs to expand a bit, so I can add more things. Then my lovely mother showed up, but she looked kind of weak. Hi, Mom. Look at my cool warden cave.
Son, we're in big danger.
I looked at my mother and noticed there were ender golems chasing her. Who are these fools? What's going on? The ender golems were huge, and they summoned the power of the void to unleash purple spikes out of the ground. Don't worry, Mom. I'll save us. I started fighting the ender golems using my sonic boom powers, but I realized it didn't one-shot them, so I needed to fight even harder. Take that, you ugly purple freaks. These were some worthy opponents. I finally killed the ender golems and saved my mother. I did it. Whew, that was a tough fight.
I am so proud of you. I knew you could beat them.
Thank you, Mom. I'll always protect you. I helped her into my base and let her get some rest. From days 9 through 10, my mom told me about a viler witch that showed up at her home and casted a curse on her.
That's right, son. Now I can't use my sonic boom and I lost most of my health. Oh, I feel so weak.
This makes me so angry, Mom. I will take on this witch and end her for good.
You have to be careful, son. This witch is no ordinary witch. She is the one who summoned the netherite golems to begin with.
Why, Mom? Why is she doing this?
I'm not so sure myself, but I do know that with this curse, I won't last long.
I could tell my mom was becoming weaker by the second.
Son, I just want you to know that I love you very much. And for that reason, I want you to become stronger. I'm going to give you all the power I have remaining so that you can defeat the witch.
My mom gave me her power, and I grew bigger and had 300 hearts. I would soon be super sad because my mom would end up dying after giving me all of her power.
Goodbye, my son.
No! My mom's death made me realize that I had a lot ahead of me. I had to step outside of the deep dark if I wanted to make any difference. On days 11 through 13, I made it to the edge of the deep dark. I finally made it. It's now or never. I then ran into a skulk zombie who looked like a skinny warden. Hey, where did you come from? Without hesitation, I started attacking the skulk zombies. Then I noticed they were trying to tell me something.
Hold on, please.
The skulk zombie turned out to be friendly and just wanted to talk to me. Wait, what is it that you want from me?
I just want to know where you're going.
Since the zombie seemed kind of nice, I went ahead and told him about my mission. Well, I'm on my way to defeat the viler witch. The zombie then told me about the witch and how it was going to be a tough fight.
Ah, the witch I see. She's no joke. I lost my family to a battle with the witch's henchmen.
I'm sorry about your family. Is there anything else I should know?
You can't beat her, but you can try.
Deep down, I knew that I could take them on. I was the toughest warden she'll ever see. I'm not afraid of that witch. I know I can defeat her. The skulk zombie started laughing at me and then wanted to put me up for a challenge.
How's about a test? If you don't fight the Rocky Rollers, then you'll know if you're ready.
Deal! I went to find the Rocky Rollers, who weren't very far from the zombies. The Rocky Rollers instantly began rolling towards me. They used their spiny backs to stab me a couple times, but I stayed resilient. Hiya! Sonic blast on your face! The skulk zombie was impressed with my victory and gave me a recovery compass as a reward. Cool! See? I knew I could do it. The compass was not like any regular compass. It could show me where I last died so that I could get my stuff back. Nice! It has such a cool feature! I realized I play in hardcore mode, so it wouldn't really help me, but I thanked him anyways. Well, thanks for the challenge and the cool gadget. Goodbye! I continued on my way to get out of the caves and find the witch. From days 14 through 16, I finally made it to the surface. Wow, it's actually so beautiful and sunny up here. I began chopping down trees for materials. Man, I love it out here so much. It began getting dark fast, but it didn't really bother me since I was born into darkness. I noticed I kept getting hit by something. It was rotten flesh. There were creepy lobber zombies throwing it at me. Y'all messed with the wrong warden, I tell ya. I used my sonic boom to rip holes into the undead foes. They tried to attack me, but I had so many hearts, it really didn't do anything to me. Eventually, I eradicated all of them. Is that the best this dumb witch can do? Make gross-looking zombie weaklings? I kept on trucking along and found some sheep. Stay right where you're at. I ran in and killed the sheep, taking their wool and meat since I was feeling hungry. This meat is gonna be so tasty. I crafted a campfire and cooked all the delicious food I got. I then used some of the wool and made a bed to sleep in for the night. On day 17, I had a dream about the Viler witch. So you're the witch that's ruining my life. You killed my mom, and now I'll kill you.
Good riddance! I hate all Warden. They should have never entered the Minecraft world. You guys are so overpowered compared to all the other mobs.
Well, it's too bad you can't do anything about it.
That's where you're wrong. I will create mobs much stronger than you and defeat you. Just like I took out your mom.
Don't you dare mention my mom. I will get revenge for her death, if it's the last thing I do.
Good luck with that. I'll be using your mom's life force to create another monster. Then I'll do the same to you when I kill you.
No! 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 From days 18 through 21, I rushed back to the base to tell Bruce about my dream. Bruce, the Viler witch is coming to destroy us all. I had a horrible dream about the whole thing. That's great, but we have to warn all the wardens in the land. Before we went to warn some of the other wardens, Bruce gave me a pickaxe with a silk touch. Thanks, this will be super helpful. The empty space gave me some inspiration to build a warden statue. I began making the legs, using only Skulk, and later, I'll use Skulk bone blocks to make up the details. This is gonna look so awesome, Bruce. Hopefully the statue could be a signal to all wardens out there. But now it was time to go looking for some. Let's head out, Bruce. Bruce and I wandered the caves looking for allies, but instead we ran into some stray bone spiders. They immediately began shooting shards at us. Not more spiders! Take a piece of sonic boom! The spiders were relentless. They were not gonna give up trying to eat me, even though we all knew I was nearly unstoppable. Die, you eight-legged freaks! I was so glad to not be afraid of spiders anymore. So Bruce and I went on full attack mode and killed all of them. The battle was not over though. After killing the spiders, Bruce and I noticed cave centipedes show up. They're huge and have so many legs. Even though I was not scared of these kinds of creatures, these multi-legged bugs were something else. We can't kill them all. Let's run away, Bruce. There were way too many for us to fight, so we rushed out of there before they could kill us. On days 22 through 25, I finally made it out of the caves. Finally, the home stretch. But when I took my final steps outside the mouth of the cave, I was greeted by this huge, muscular bug. The giant warped Moscow shot stingers at me, so Bruce and I immediately started fighting against it. The huge bug was trying to pick me up while they shot at me, so I used my powers to attack. I was finally able to kill the giant beast, and luckily, Bruce was not hurt after the fight. Whew, that was a tough fight. I've never seen a bug like that before. Oh my gosh, would you look at that? I grew into my full size. After battling with the giant warped Moscow, I gained 500 health. Dang, I can't see with all these hearts. Hold on. There, that's better. Bruce and I then started our journey to find more wardens. Let's see what we could find along the way. As we left the cave, we found many great resources, like wood, and even some animals we could use for their meat. Hey look, there's cows and chickens, just what we needed. We killed the animals, and then I made a large campfire and cooked all the meat. Delicioso! From days 26 through 29, I came across a pillager outpost. They might have some good loot stashed here somewhere. The pillagers began attacking me with no mercy. I was surrounded on all sides, but I cut through them like butter. You guys must not know who I am. I'm the warden, suckers! The pillagers used everything against me, but I came up victorious. Ha-ha! Wait, what's that noise? Suddenly, a ravager came rushing towards me. What the heck is that? Oh well, you'll die just like your owners did. Now taste the wrath of my sonic boom! I eventually destroyed the ugly beast and began my looting. Oh, what's this? Just some arrows and wheat and potatoes. Goat horns, I guess, are cool. I noticed some allays were trapped inside of a cage next to the outpost. I had to do something about it. Come on, guys, let's get you out of here. You're free now. The allays escaped, and one of them even gave me a gift. Yes, I love cookies. Nom 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 nom. Oh, so good. On days 30 through 33, we made it to a nice swamp where I stopped to take a look. Oh, hi, little frog. The frog seemed kind and then started chatting with me.
Hey, remember me?
Just then, I noticed the frog was Maxcraft.
Have you heard about a mean old witch who's been lurking around here? I'm fighting against her and could use some help.
I'm dealing with a similar fight myself. Tell you what, if I defeat my enemy before the 100 days are up, I'll help you battle the witch.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
So I said goodbye and continued on my journey. See you later, Max.
Good luck.
As I continued walking, I found a strange little mud golem who was fighting grass creatures. It looked like a tough fight, so I decided to step in. Let's defeat them together. I ended up obliterating all the bad grass and waste to protect the mud golem. Piece of cake.
Thank you so much for helping me. I was sure to be dead there.
No problem. I always try to do good when I can.
Say, why don't I introduce you to my leader, who would love you?
Huh, I guess I have nothing else to do. Why not? I followed the mud golem to his leader. There were a bunch of other mud golems, and sitting on the throne was not what I expected. It was a giant yellow slug. Whoa, hello?
Hello there. Thank you for saving my soldier. How may I help you?
This is a stretch, but would you happen to know where the Viler Witch lives?
I haven't heard that name for ages. Tell me she hasn't returned.
Well, she has, and she killed my mom, so I'm looking for revenge.
That witch, unknown to you. These mud golems are actually created by the Viler Witch, but she casted them aside as weaklings, forcing them to survive on their own.
That's so sad. Lead me to her, and I'll kill her.
If you think you can, Mud Boy, show our good friend here where the witch's hut is.
I said my goodbyes and followed the mud golem's path. It was by the start of days 34 of 38 that I made it to the Viler Witch's mansion. I'm here, but where is she? No welcoming party? Nothing? There wasn't a single person outside until suddenly a sorcerer appeared.
You must leave the premises now.
Hold on. Do you know the Viler Witch?
Of course I do. I am her apprentice, and if you ask any more questions, I will have you killed, sir.
I knew that the sorcerer could have a lot more answers for me if I threatened them first. Now wait a minute. If you don't tell me where the Viler Witch is, I will make sure you never see another day. Now tell me!
Nonsense! I'll never reveal my secrets.
It was going to be a bit tricky to get answers from this man, so I decided to fight him instead. Then I will get my answers the hard way. I started battling against the sorcerer and noticed they used powers of an evoker, summoning gray claws from the ground. Ow, those hurt! Not only were they using powerful moves, but they were able to clone themselves, making the fight way more difficult. I can't tell which one's which. I had to shoot everywhere, hoping to shoot the right one. Eventually, I killed the real sorcerer. Whoa, what is that? I saw that they dropped a diamond pickaxe, enhanced with a silk touch. Nice. I'm definitely taking this with me then.
Well, I'm glad I could help. I'll leave you now. I gotta go collect more mud.
Thanks, friend. I'm glad you were able to show me this place. Hopefully, I'll be able to find the Viler Witch soon. After thanking the golem, Bruce and I headed back home. From days 39 through 42, I traveled back to the caves in search of diamonds. Look at all these precious ores. I went diamond hunting for a while until I had enough to make a sword and an axe. I thought it would be a good idea to keep mining some skulk. Oh, nice. There's a lot of skulk here. After I mined for the skulk, I got Bruce to help me start working on the statue, and it didn't take long before we saw some resemblance of a warden. Great job, Bruce. Let's take a break now. The statue was really coming along. Bruce even told me that it looked just like me. After that, a baby warden showed up. He could sense the statue was being created. Oh, that's right. Other wardens can't see the statue, but I knew they could feel its presence. I told the baby warden to go find their family and also warned them about the witch just in case. Make sure you stay safe out there. The witch is extremely dangerous. The baby warden then left to go find its family, since wardens need to stick together, especially in these times. From days 43 through 47, I finally returned back to the ancient city in which I was born into. I gathered some skulk bone blocks for my statue details. Everything was great until the Viler Witch showed up. What the? What are you doing here? I'm gonna destroy you!
Did you miss me?
I was ready to kill the witch right there, but then the unexpected happened.
I would never waste my time on such petty things. Fight something your own size.
the ugly witch created another knight. It had a huge fiery sword and shield. You think I can't defeat your little minion? Just watch me. The knight was fast, but I could withstand many of his powerful attacks. I was a worthy opponent. Take this and this. The fierce knight used his sword to try to stab me and lift me into the air. He could jump into the air and do a giant ground pound. I was really starting to feel the pressure. That's it. I'm angry now. Hi-ya! Yes, I did it! Take that, you dumb witch!
Not bad. For a weakling, I'm quite impressed.
How about you get impressed with my fist in your face? Right as I was about to smash the witch, she vanished. Ugh, come on, I was so close! I couldn't let the witch get to me, so I got back to collecting more skulk bones. On days 48 through 51, I went back to the base and noticed it was swarmed by enderiophage. Oh no, those giant virus-looking creatures are going to be hard to fight, but I got this. I was really worried about Bruce. Hopefully the creatures didn't kill him. They shot weird beams at me and tried to grapple onto my face. Yeah, get off of me, get off of me! I was so powerful that I killed these weird-looking bugs with just a couple of my hits. Bruce, you okay? Thankfully, Bruce was all right, and after that fight, I felt like I could overpower anyone. I love being a warden. Nobody can beat me. I needed to challenge myself, so I headed out to find more worthy opponents. I feel stronger than ever. Let's see if I can find a harder battle. As soon as I left, I found one of the skulk zombies waiting for me.
Oh, hi there. You don't often see big, strong warden like yourself around here.
That is true. In fact, I'm looking for a strong opponent to challenge me in a battle. The skulk zombie knew about some straddlers and mentioned that they were the hardest opponent I could find.
It might be hard to find them, but those straddlers are definitely strong enough to take you on.
Sweet! Do you know where I could find them?
I may know a thing or two about them. Last I've heard, they've been living on the Mushroom Islands. You'll have to travel far to get there.
Awesome, thanks. Goodbye now. I left the cave and headed to find a place where I could build a boat. Thanks to that zombie, I might be able to fight the toughest opponent out there. So I finished making the boat and headed out to sea. On days 52 through 56, I sailed the wonders of the ocean. My little boat was barely holding me afloat. I hope I don't sink. As I was sailing, an orca jumped right over my boat. Whoa, that was awesome. I even saw some turtles chilling with some seagulls on an island. Wow, everyone is so friendly up here. I then reached my destination, Mushroom Islands. I wonder what I'll find here. I stumbled upon some mushrooms, and they gave me some of their special soup. Wow, this is delicious. Thanks a lot. Do you know where to find the straddlers? Thanks. I then met some sus-looking mushroom dudes. I was on my toes, but turns out they were super friendly.
Hey, there's no need to be worried, friend. We call ourselves Mungus.
Oh, okay. Suddenly, I was rushed by a giant mushroom bunny. He must have thought I was endangering his friends. Look, I mean no harm, but I'll fight you if I have to. The bunny and I went toe-to-toe, but he knew I would come out on top.
Uncle.
Huh?
It means I give up. Don't kill me.
Well, I know that. You put up a good fight, and I can tell you're very wise. I thought it would be beneficial to me for the bun fungus to train me so that I could defeat the witch once and for all.
We train at dusk.
On days 57 through 61, I noticed it was past sunrise, and I was late for my training. Oh no, I overslept. I quickly got up and went to my training. When I got there, my mentor told me to get started with meditation.
Go next to this blue campfire and practice your breathing while you're in front of it.
I sat next to the campfire. I then noticed all my health went up to full.
All right, now some light movement. We got to warm up your body to prepare for the fight.
I started doing some jumps to warm up my body, and then we did a light run. Now I felt energized and ready for my next task.
You are now ready to fight.
Oh yeah. My mentor had told me I was now ready, and he started me off with some punches. He wanted me to use my fists, and I honestly thought I would be fighting him. But turns out he wanted me to battle against the straddlers. This is the moment I've been waiting for.
You have taken the time to prepare. You got this.
I knew I could beat the straddlers after all my training, so I began to battle them, and noticed they shot straddle poles at me, which were like their children. This'll be easy. Take that! I started to use my sonic beam and my sword, but I got in trouble for doing that.
I said use your fist only.
Of course, I still overpowered the straddlers, killing all of them in a short amount of time.
That was impressive, Bronzo.
As a reward, he gave me a bubble blower. Oh, cool. How will this help me?
It will help you bring joy to everyone.
I could really use this tool to make friends, so I thanked him for it and headed back home. Thank you for the challenge. Goodbye. From days 62 through 65, I stumbled upon an ocean monument. I could really use the sea lanterns for my statue. The monument was guarded by ocean guardians. They used their laser beams on me, but I killed them pretty easily with my sword and sonic booms. Seriously, is that all you guys have in store? I continued collecting the materials I needed and carried on. These are gonna look so nice on the statue. I then left the monument and headed back home. Bruce, let's get back to work on this statue. We wasted no time. Bruce got to working on the arms while I worked on the head of the statue. I love it! Now all that was missing was the details, but we saved that for another time. On days 66 through 70, I wanted to continue looking for the Viler Witch again. I need to find her. Just then, the Skulk zombie warned me about stepping outside.
You be careful now. There's a mob out there that you probably don't want to fight.
I wasn't afraid of anything. I have defeated anyone that's come in my way. I feel confident in battling anyone. Except for big bugs, they scare me.
Well, they may not be a big bug, but they are known to be the toughest mob out here.
Toughest mob? Ow! Ugh. I am the toughest mob. Now I really need to battle this guy. I stepped outside and noticed the Wither was waiting for me. Oh, it's you who I'm going to fight. Well, this won't be too bad.
I was once known as the toughest mob in the history of Minecraft. Now, you mean to take my title? I will not let that happen.
The Wither was definitely jealous to know that he was once the coolest guy in town, but I made sure he knew who he was dealing with. That's right, now you're just a little baby.
How dare you give me such a name? You shall see my powers.
The Wither wanted to fight me, but I wasn't afraid of their powers. Take that, you baby! They started shooting exploding Wither skulls at me. You might be pretty tough, but not tough enough. I needed to come up with a better hit, so I used my 20 damage punch and my sonic beam, and he died! Woohoo! Toughest mob in Minecraft, my butt! After battling the Wither, I continued looking for the Viler Witch, and could sense that I was getting closer. From days 71 through 74, I reached the edge of the woods. Bruce, what are you doing here? Good thinking, Bruce. We then ventured into the woods in hopes of finding some clues. I noticed I was so big, I could barely walk through the woods. It's not so easy being a warden this big. Bruce laughed at me and teased me for being so huge. Lucky Bruce, you get to fly around with ease. I was having trouble making it through the woods, so I asked Bruce to tell me what was in sight. Hey Bruce, fly above the trees and tell me what's out there. Bruce started flying up, and from up there, he told me he could see from that height. Apparently, Bruce spotted some strange-looking unicorns, but I had to see it to believe it. I decided to go check them out. All right, let's go see them. Lead the way, Bruce. On day 75 through 78, I found the Frost Stalkers, who looked like lizards with a horn on their head. These guys kind of look dangerous. I should be careful. I approached them ready to fight, and they told me something shocking. And why shouldn't I? You work for the Viler Witch, don't you? So the witch is forcing you guys under her will? Pure evil. I assured the Frostwalkers that I would defeat the Viler Witch and give them their freedom so they could live in the ice-cold tundra where they belong. I just need to know where she set up her base. Would you happen to know? She's always one step ahead of me. Just then, the Viler Witch appeared.
The less they know, the better.
You! I'll kill you! I began blasting my sonic beams at the witch with all of my might. Just die already! Right when I thought the witch was dead, I heard her maniacal laugh. In the midst of all my blasting, she had disappeared. No! Where did she go? Curse you, evil witch! Bruce and I decided to give it a rest and go home. On days 79 through 83, I decided it was time to travel back to the base. Time to go home for a bit. On the way, I found a nice little village with some animals. Oh, I spot some sheep! I began shearing the sheep and then noticed someone approaching me from the corner of my eye. Oh, hi, don't mind me. I'm just... Oh, don't worry, I won't cause any harm. The villager seemed really scared when he confronted me, and then told me I had to leave. Being a warden came at a cost, so I had to leave before I scared more people around me. Okay, I'll leave you guys alone. Let's go, Bruce. I then headed back to the base with Bruce to work on some building together. When we got back, I started adding some details to expand the house. Let's add an upstairs. I want to make this into the coolest base ever. We started making a second story that we could then fill in with some rooms later on. We made the top level out of wood, deep slate, and even some skulk that I had collected through my travels. Oh wow, this looks great! Good job, Bruce. We've made a lot of progress. On days 84 through 88, Bruce and I worked on finishing the statue. Let's finish up adding all the nice details. We started adding the final touches to complete our masterpiece. I even added some cyan wool and concrete that resembled my warden figure perfectly. Now that's a giant warden. I was really proud of my work. The statue looked amazing. Now that the statue was all done, I needed to work on myself. I went to go mining for some diamonds. Let's see how much I can find. I ended up finding a ton of diamonds, enough to make an entire diamond armor set. I don't really need this armor, but hey, more protection is more protection. As I continued mining and building my armor, I ran into some more wardens, so I decided to inform them about the witch. Hello everybody, my warden sanctuary is a safe place from the viler witch, but it is my mission to find her and put an end to her danger. After warning them about the evil witch, the wardens didn't pay much attention. No need to worry, I will save us all. I noticed the wardens were not as alarmed as I was, so instead, I decided to continue exploring. Oh no, not again! I saw the centipedes from earlier swarming around the cave, and this time I decided to step up and fight against them. I've come a long way. Time to fight. Killing the centipedes this time was easy peasy. I then left the caves and headed out to the sea again to search for more answers. On days 89 through 93, I traveled the sea looking for information. There has to be some answers somewhere. As I traveled, I found a little island where I decided to make a quick stop. What an interesting place. Let's go take a look to see what's here. Eventually, I found some leviathans, but they started fighting me. There were so many of them. I got a bit overwhelmed, but thankfully, this was another successful battle. Anyone who fought me was destined to lose. Wait, what is that over there? I then found a shipwreck and went inside to search for some resources. A map? I wonder where it leads to. Let's follow the X. When I was leaving the shipwreck, some drowned appeared out of nowhere. They better not try to steal my map. You guys should stay away, or else I'll kill ya. I fought the drowned and made sure not to lose my map. I then took a look and started following the directions. From days 94 through 96, I kept following the map from the shipwreck. As I continued following, I came across some buried treasure. This was super convenient because inside the treasure, I found a map to the witch's base. Cool. Wait, how'd this get in here? I shouldn't question it, just accept the good luck. And now, I know where to go. I passed through a coral reef, and it was really breathtaking. With all its colors, I knew I was close. Wow, this looks so pretty. Just then, out of the blue, I was attacked by a few sharks. Not now. I'm so close. Just die already. The shark took a few chunks out of me, but I destroyed them fairly quickly. Good riddance. I'm running out of time here. I finally reached the location the map was showing me, and to my surprise, it led to a broken nether portal. She must be in the nether. I gotta fix this portal up. I then went back home to check up on Bruce before I opened up the portal. Hey Bruce, I found some answers. The witch's base is in the nether. That's where I need to go. On days 97 through 98, I woke up to see that everything was on fire, and it was caused by a netherite monstrosity. The viler witch must have sent you. Well, I'll just have to destroy you and send her a message. The freak and I battled toe-to-toe, neither of us overpowering the other, and they kept shooting lava at me. No, everything is on fire. They had some crazy powers, but my sonic boom was more powerful. When they died, the monstrosity dropped an infernal forge, but along the way, they destroyed Bruce's home. Oh, that was definitely one of the toughest opponents I've ever had. The infernal forge was awesome. When I used it, it could shake the ground. Now I had to start rebuilding everything that was destroyed and putting out all the fire, hoping to get things back to normal. I then went searching for obsidian. I used my diamond pickaxe and a clever trick with a bucket of water and some lava to mine up some obsidian. This should be enough. I took my loot and returned back home one last time before the battle. It was day 99, and I had to say goodbye to Bruce. I knew that I needed to tell Bruce that he couldn't come with me. This wasn't going to be easy. I know, buddy. Trust me. I know. But I need you to stay behind and look after the base. Can you do that for me? Bruce seemed really sad, but I assured him that I'd be back in no time, and we could go on more adventures together. And in the meantime, he and everyone watching this video can give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, as well as comment down below what mob you want to see me be for my next 100 days video. With each step I took, the base receded farther past the horizon. Next stop, the base of the Viler Witch. As I found my way towards the Nether portal, I got ambushed by some gusters. Whoa, what the heck? I can't stop spinning! The tornado-looking freaks sucked me up and whirled me around into the air, even though I weighed a ton. Get out of my way! The dumb Viler Witch must be behind this. She's trying to stop me. Although I was super dizzy by the end of the battle, I managed to kill all the gusters and continued towards the portal. With the area secured, I built a Nether portal big enough for me to fit through. Well, here goes nothing. Finally, it was day 100, and I was going to confront the witch. I finally found you, witch. You're gonna pay for killing my mom and experimenting with creatures against their will. As I stood before her, she merely laughed. What's so funny, you hag?
Well, good luck stopping me now. I've harvested the powers of my strongest creations, and most importantly, your mother's sonic boom!
Die already! The Viler Witch used her Void Core to summon waves of void and used fireballs that could paralyze me. She could evade my attacks with her double jump.
You should just give up. You can't defeat me!
That's what you think. I will be victorious! With the help of my Infernal Forge, 20 attack power, and Sonic Boom, I was able to defeat the witch! Bronzo!